Did you have any personal relationship with the Gupta brothers, despite your work now in government that you are alleged to have enabled as state capture? Personally, did you have a relationship with them?
Yeah, well, look, yeah, I can say so. Yes, yes. There's no. Attended their wedding and so on and all of that. Yeah, you see, the relationship I had with the Guptas was not when I was in government. As it were. You must remember, I left government in 2012, and then I started the ANN7 project in 2017. So I was out of government, so I was a private sector person. So as much as other people have got their relationships with the Ruperts, with the Oppenheimers and all of that, and it's what they've seen, and I had the relationship with these guys. And as things stand right now, no court of law has found them guilty on anything. So they're just as good or as bad as any other of these white monopoly guys.
Yeah. And was in your view, because there's been a lot of talks about this criminalized association with the Guptas. Is it a justifiable, sort of characterization? Because I mean, in fact, at the core of the Zondo Commission, as it were, it became about who met these Guptas, how many times, and what was being in discussion. Being a criminalized sort of a thing, was that a justifiable characterization that people in public space cannot meet or have relations with people in the private space who do business with the same company?
What you're asking me now is what Zondo was given R1 billion for. Yeah. I have got no resources. You're just asking me a question. Zondo was given R1 billion to answer this question. Yeah. What is Zondo's answer today on that? I don't know. Zondo was meant to have gone into that and made sure that they've got evidence, they've got everything. As I say, R1 billion or two that was spent on this thing to answer this question. So my direct answer to you, I don't know. I'm not going to be here to come and vouch for Guptas on things that I don't know. Yeah. These are the things that should have been investigated and pronounced on. Zondo was given R1 billion for this. What did he do?
Yeah.
You must bring him here and ask him that R1 billion later, what is the answer?
Actually, I think it's much more than $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's just that the last declared cost was $1 billion.
It's actually 2 billion.
Yeah.
The actual amount, 2 billion.
You see.
That went into that project. So he's the guy that must answer this question.
All right. And then with the Guptas, your association with them or your relation with them continued with your acquisition of ANN7 and New Age in 2017 that you turned into Afro, what was it? Afro Voice World.
Afro World.
Afro World and Afro Voice, yes. How did that come about? That business transaction?
You see what happened, how that transaction came about is that I saw that thing was going down. Yeah. 2017, before I even began, the New Age was taking a dive and all of that. And I was worried about the jobs that were going to be lost there. That institution had about 500 people employed. So I thought that by me going in there, and I actually initiated a discussion with the Guptas to say, guys, this thing is going down the tubes. Give it to me and all of that, but I haven't got the money. Let's do a vendor financing deal. And they agreed. I'm cutting the long story short. Yeah, we did a vendor financing deal. And by the way, I still say that in this country, if we want to see transformation, vendor financing is the way to go. Can you imagine if Rupert, if the Oppenheimers can do a vendor financing deal with other players? Because then you don't have to go to the bank and everything. This thing is self-funded and all of that. You agree terms of payment, you agree periods and all of that. So it's a clean mechanism, internationally recognized financing mechanism that you can engage in. Yeah, so I did a deal with them in the main to save those jobs. Yes. And because that at the end did not succeed, there was a job bloodbath. People lost houses, people's families got broken up, all because there was a pursuit by this current ANC and their business partners to deal with everyone that was in the NDZ side of things at the time. So you were purged. Whether you were in the private sector, you were purged. Whether you were in the ANC, in government, there was just a general purging of all those that did not support the CR17 slate. So I was a casualty of that situation.